It's the podcast.
Podcast.
It's the intro song of the podcast.
You know what's
right.
funny?
That
Beautiful.
Ghost Girls with the Podcast 2012.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. I actually started writing a musical about really, really sort of stupid, pointless stuff. So I may well include that if that's all right.
Oh,
If you don't have
good.
something right.
Good.
It was, I don't know, I've written 3 songs so far. What can I tweet today? All I want is a Blu-ray TV combo. And there was another one about me, maybe going for lunch at Bella Italia.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Like a 21st century musical.
Stupid the musical.
So I have a candy
That's
cane.
absolutely odd.
You have a candy
Why?
cane?
Oh, God. Okay, so I went
It's
to...
already Christmas.
Yeah, I
Giving
went
it
to
the
the...
capitalist market already.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
gosh.
I went to the 24-hour CVS, it was like the night of Halloween, and it was technically 1 a.m. on November 1st. And I went to the 24-hour drugstore. They already had all their Christmas stuff out.
What?
It was not even 2 a.m. the day after Halloween. And so I just bought candy canes.
I remember in
way.
September, I've seen commercials for Christmas stuff already. In September.
Yeah, I
That's
just,
crazy.
Ugh, fucking stupid.
Yeah, it is.
I know, it's awful, but I don't know, part of me does kind of not buy into it, but I can't help but get excited.
yeah, it makes me happy. 'Cause-
Well,
That's what they want you to do.
I know, it's awful.
Well,
And it's exactly the same over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's different in my family. We try to, my mom refuses to let my dad play Christmas music until at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, Santa comes down the street, and then she allows him to start playing the music. So, as soon as you see him on TV, all of a sudden the whole house is blasting with Christmas music, because
Your
otherwise...
dad waits by his laptop.
Yeah, he does. And,
Aw.
it's... Because otherwise he'd be playing it all year round, because we have an entire section of music in our library that's just Christmas music, and it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Do they ever put the Macy's Day Parade on YouTube? Because I'd love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. They should.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think they ever put the whole thing on there, but...
Yeah, just clips or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. I've always
They
wanted to
should.
go.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've been to it once
I
because
can look it
my
up now.
Yeah, my dad had a balloon in it one year, and it was really amazing. So
Oh, wow. Was that from
Ooh.
one of his shows?
yeah, it was JoJo's Circus. They had a big JoJo's Circus balloon. It was really cool. So we got to go see it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Greer, Fran, Georgia Rose. Just introduce
Oh
them.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Fran's back.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. All right, so I was just asking Georgia how she was doing, because Georgia, you live in Jersey, right?
Well, I'm in Pennsylvania, but I'm in the town Yardley, which is really close to New Jersey, so I'm sort of near the border.
Uh-huh.
So I guess you could say technically.
Yeah. And I think it was you were in my group of friends that I was waiting to hear from because everybody's power was out. So it was
Huh?
oh god.
Aw, thanks.
I had no idea it was so kind of extreme. Greer showed me a couple of days ago what was it? It was like a pier that had been totally
The Atlantic City
evaporated.
boardwalk is gone, you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Or it's vanished. It's
Yeah.
totally
And
gone.
is that quite an iconic landmark then?
I'm pretty sure it's the first boardwalk in the country,
Oh.
the first big one, I think.
Snap.
That's so
I didn't
sad.
know
It's been
that.
around since the 1800s or something.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what's really sad is just that they had to deal with the Jersey Shore cast, and then they leave, and then what happens? It gets destroyed by a storm. It's
Oh,
those
no.
people have the
God.
worst luck.
So, and I thought it was so weird because last podcast I had Misha on, who lives in Pennsylvania, and I'm like, well, is anybody getting the storm? And she's like, no storm here. Oh, and Katie was on, and she's like, oh, it's Connecticut, and oh no, that was a podcast. Well, she told me that day, she's like, oh yeah, we're not getting anything here really. And then the day the podcast goes up is when everybody starts getting their power outages and shit like that, and I'm like, oh, whoop.
I mean, is it actually is it frightening then? I mean, is it are you kind of hearing like the wind on the side of your house? Like, is it to that extent? Or...
No, it's long gone now, but like at the time, yeah, it was kind of spooky. We lost power, and so we had like just candles lit, and it was so spooky. I sat in my living room like in the dark with like nothing but candles lit and like spooky shadows, and all I could hear was like the wind just howling, and I'm just like, this is awesome for pre-Halloween.
I was gonna say, it is kind of not funny, but it's kind of coincidental that it happened during Halloween.
Yeah.
I
remember. I liked it though. It was atmospheric.
Isn't this the second year in a row where Halloween was quote unquote quote canceled in the Northeast? Yeah.
Yes. Last year we had Irene. And
yep.
We got snow.
I take it Irene wasn't as extreme.
I'm not even sure why.
I remember Irene was like, it was pretty bad, but it wasn't. I remember there was a lot of flooding. I heard, and but I heard it wasn't like,
it wasn't nearly as bad as Sandy. That's for sure.
Yeah. I remember when Katrina happened, because I live pretty close to where a lot of Katrina stuff happened, and that was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah.
It's funny, we don't have like, I don't know. I mean, very very rarely do we have like natural disasters over here. We just all we seem to get is just like grey and rain, which like I considering how much we like bitch and moan about, I would much prefer that than a big fucking hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah, hurricanes aren't very cool.
Hurricanes are lame.
Yeah.
Hurricanes are lame. The scariest thing that happened to me on Halloween was that I went to see The Shining.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
At the cinema. It was awesome.
Yeah. Like, it was playing at the theaters? That must be so cool.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was like, it's playing at all the Picture House cinemas in the UK at the moment, or it certainly did on Halloween night. So yeah, it was awesome. Like, and the whole place was packed. Like, we nearly didn't get tickets. It was amazing. And I haven't seen it in about 10 years, so it was like seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
That would sort of explain why I kept seeing The Shining on, we have BBC America, I kept seeing it on there like almost every night. Like every other night. It was on a lot. I don't know why
it's suddenly so popular over here. It's having a weird kind of random...
I don't know either. You must have a lot of creepy hotels.
We definitely do. I mean, we have a lot of shit old hotels, which I guess could be considered creepy.
Ooh.
Right, so speaking of Halloween, since I got, candy canes and stuff like that, I mean, they don't have anything to do with Halloween, but, but that didn't make any sense. But, I mean,
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned this to Fran. So, I went to the store. There's, we have Winn-Dixie here. That's a grocery store in the South. Yep. And they, like, right in the middle of, like, their Italian food and their Mexican food, there's a couple shelves with like British imported food. I got some British candy here for me to try.
Oh, what have you got? What have you got?
Okay, so this is the first one I just pulled out of the bag is called an Arrow.
We can't see it.
They're so tasty. They're so tasty.
What is it?
AERO. They're all like chocolate bars and stuff, but
Well, an arrow you bite into, and it like bubbles. It's just delicious, bubbly chocolate. It's so good.
God,
oh my god, you're gonna make me drool.
This is all crumbled up.
Oh, they're supposed to do that. Just do whatever you can. Just eat the arrow.
If you didn't know it was a candy bar, you would. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Eat an arrow. Fran, you're so cruel.
That's fluffy. Mm. That's fluffy.
What do you think, Greer?
It's fluffy.
I want some arrow. Hope you can share with the rest of us, Greer.
Oh, that's like a sweet overload.
Hey, you know what? This must be like an unofficial Those Girls with a Podcast try. So
yeah,
Greer tries arrow.
Greer tries food. This one. All right, here's another one. This one's called Lion. Nestle.
Like the lion bar.
I've had that.
Nestle Lion.
I've had that.
What's it like, Georgia? From your perspective.
It was good. It was just it was a chocolate bar, but I think
hold on. I have no idea what's in this. So.
It was good. I can't remember where I've had it now, because I either had it when I was in Israel or when I was in London, but it must have been Israel, actually. But it was good.
Yay.
Oh wow.
I just picked it up at random because I saw the wrapper and it was just like a scary lion and I'm just like, whatever.
I don't
Right,
like the-
guys,
whatever is
Okay.
in this that's chewy. I don't like.
It's probably caramel, if memory serves.
No, there's
love
like white
caramel.
stuff. There's like white stuff in here that's like chewy.
That doesn't
yeah.
sound right.
Okay, give me another one.
Maybe
The
it's nougat.
anticipation is killing me.
This one's called a Yorkie.
Oh, Yorkies! They're just for boys.
You're
You eat
freaking
little
out at
dogs?
everything.
That's actually what the advertising campaign is. Yorkies, they're just for boys.
Oh.
But
Well,
you
I'm gonna
can
try
have
to
one.
do-
I won't tell
Oh,
anyone.
this looks like just a Hershey bar. Ow.
That's still good.
Yeah, it's just a Hershey bar. And
You
it
like
looks like Hershey candy though.
I want some chocolate.
Yeah, really.
Well, come to England.
I'm just taking like one.
I
bite of
wish.
everything.
I would totally go back, Fran. I miss it. It was
You've
awesome.
been to England, Georgia. When did you go to England?
I went during actually my spring break. I was part of this class, and it was part of the class was we went to London for a week and saw a shitload of plays, and then came back and write about them.
What did you see, Georgia?
God, I can't even remember. We saw Matilda, which I mentioned before.
Oh, yeah. You said you didn't like it. I remember now.
Yeah. We saw. Oh God, I'm blanking. The Madness of King George, which was amazing.
Nice.
I can't believe I can't remember the other ones. I'm sorry, I'm blanking. I don't know why. Well, the rest of them were okay. But I just remember the Madness of King George was my favorite. It was
Yeah.
so good. And then the next day we actually got to talk to the lady who played the queen, and she was really nice.
Oh,
cool.
what was her name? She might be well known. over here.
Beatty Edmund or something.
Oh, no.
Uh,
No, never mind then.
Oh,
Hey guys,
weird.
guess what?
what?
There's more chocolate.
Ooh.
Oh,
This is a Mars bar.
a Mars bar. They're like
Well,
the
yeah,
most
no.
famous chocolate in England.
Yeah, no, they used to be sold in the United
They
States.
used to have them
like,
here.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
tried one. I don't know what's in this, so here I go.
Mars bars are a
chunks
little
of Mars.
piece of heaven. And a chunk of
Oh.
Mars. Chunk of Mars rock.
They actually
Well,
took
of
the
course.
planet and put it into candy bars.
I
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
expect it to be. I didn't expect it to be soft like that.
Isn't it just incredibly tasty?
Yeah, it tastes like a Milky Way.
Oh yeah.
It does, doesn't it? But a Milky Way with caramel.
Milky Way has caramel.
Do they? Oh, not over here.
Oh really?
No.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
no
Milky Way's
caramel
over
in a
here.
Milky Way over here.
Okay, this is a bag of
Maltesers.
Maltesers.
Yay!
How did you know that?
They come in a bag.
You heard the bag, you're like,
It's
oh,
that
those
guy.
are Maltesers.
I remember that sound.
I
Aw.
think these are just malted milk balls, but
So good. So good.
oh, yeah, these
Well,
taste a little different. These might be stale. I'm not really sure.
Oh no!
Mm.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Mm.
Maybe you're just not used to
Are
them.
they supposed to taste like crunchy?
Yeah.
These might be like stale. I don't know.
They sound like Whoppers or something.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
Are they
really
supposed to
nuts.
taste like Whoppers?
What does a Whopper taste like?
Like a malted
It's-
milk ball?
Yeah, it's a milk ball, but it's like a little. What's it filled with? It's like a little bit crunchy, or
It's
don't know.
like I don't even know. These are
they're okay.
Here's a fruit thing. It's called Roundtree's
Oh yeah, Roundtree's fruit pastels.
pastels. I was trying to know how to pronounce that word.
Isn't a pastel a color?
Yeah,
It's-
you would think.
Pastilles. Oh, these look
Pastille.
like. Are these like?
It's a
Oh.
pastille.
These
I
look.
don't really like them.
This is better than chocolate, actually. I like these a lot.
Really? Oh, it's funny. I know I find them a bit too sugary.
These taste like God, what these taste like almost like Mike and Ike's, but they don't have the same texture as Mike and Ike's.
Oh, American words.
Oh, these are both in big boxes. These are Cadbury Finger original.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Cadbury
Cadbury.
chocolate. I've never really had Cadbury chocolate before.
Oh, Cadbury chocolate is amazing.
Oh god, these are all
They
like
have
all
them
over
in
the place.
America.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They have Cadbury eggs, but they're like
Yeah,
crap.
that's what I meant. They have the eggs, but those are really good.
Oh, what,
I
cream
don't
eggs?
like those.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like-
love cream eggs.
Yeah, they get like different flavors. I think they sell them most of the time around Easter.
Oh, right. See,
So-
we just have one kind of cream egg, and we have it with this, like, white, milky stuff, and then this yellow stuff.
Would you have these with like tea or something?
Yeah, definitely.
Yum. I want tea now. Gosh.
Oh, that's good.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah, these are good. I'll eat these later. These taste like kind of like a Keebler cookie almost. These are ones I've been wanting to get for a while because they looked really good. They're called McVitie's Hobnobs.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds dirty.
Oh my god, these look really good. It's
Yeah, George, I agree with you on that.
rolled oat and whole wheat biscuits, and they're covered in chocolate.
Really tasty.
So these look,
That sounds almost healthy.
yeah, they sounded really good because I like things with oat in them usually. So it's like,
Interesting.
that's
and I was
good.
gonna get treacle, but they were like $5 a can. So it's like,
Oh my
fuck
gosh,
that
that's
shit.
crazy.
Treacle. Where have I heard that? What is that again?
It's like really British.
Remember Kick-Assia?
Okay.
One of the parts was named Triumph and Treacle.
I never understood
That's
that.
probably where you heard it from.
What'd you say? It was-
Remember
One of the parts of Kick-Assia was called
Oh.
Triumph and Treacle.
Okay. Oh,
I don't know. Maybe
so
Film Brain came up with that.
So cute.
Possibly. What do you think, Gray?
Oh, these are like really good cookies. Yeah, that's really good.
Huh.
You're making me hungry, Greer, and this
Yeah,
bagel
really.
isn't helping.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I don't know
Stupid
which
bagel.
was
Why
the
aren't you
first.
chocolate?
I'd probably say I didn't like the Lion Bar, so that's
Oh,
probably.
You
fair
didn't
play.
like? Well, then I'll have it.
Yeah. I didn't like the Lion Bar, and I really liked the fruit things. I'll probably keep eating these. So.
What about the chocolate fingers?
Alright, those were good too. I'm like, well, the ones I would probably keep eating throughout the podcast are probably the fruit things, the round ones.
May I have one, Gray, as we are all recording this in the same room?
Yes,
Oh, obviously.
right at the monitor.
Just reach through the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, why, thank you.
Nom nom.
I actually feel bad eating all this shit because it's like, people right now can't eat right now because their homes are destroyed.
Oh, never mind them.
I'm like,
Well,
that
that's
thought
been a
crossed my
problem
mind. And
forever.
that thought crossed my mind, and I'm like, wow, that's really depressing. Oh shit.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean that at all, by the way,
What?
when I said never mind them.
Yeah.
You can cut that, right?
Yeah.
No, people have to know what you said.
This is
No.
a raw podcast.
I'm a good person.
But I was telling Georgia, I love to get Halloween candy after Halloween
Well, yeah.
because it's all on discount and clearance because they're all trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So I got
You know
a
what's
huge,
funny?
I got a huge
We don't,
bag of gummy Krabby Patties
Oh my gosh.
for $3,
Wait,
and
Krabby
it's
Patties actually exist over there.
Yes, they're delicious.
Yeah, I mean they're gummies. They're not like actual
Yeah, it's
Krabby
just
Patties.
little gummy sandwiches, but they're really good.
yeah, they're delicious.
Ah.
And
And they make them in pretty patties too.
yeah,
Yup.
it's this huge variety bag, and I got it for $3, and that's
Lucky.
yeah.
Now I want to go buy discount candy.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
Well,
that's
I
like
went-
that's like what I live for the day after Halloween.
I went with the-
discount candy.
I went with my friend yesterday to CVS and we were gonna buy a ton of candy and like it was all like you could buy it on discount but only if you had a CVS card and I was like what the heck?
Get a
That's such-
CVS card, goddamn.
That
No,
sucks.
but it's like it wasn't even like worth it. It was only like 50% off and that's not good enough.
So like 50% off, like what, $3?
Yeah.
Well, like no, it was like more expensive than that. I don't know what Savannah's thinking, but they're insane.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
thinking we take our CVS members very seriously.
Yeah, well, I'm going to see. Oh yeah, I'm seeing Wreck-It Ralph today with some friends.
Ah, you
We might.
bastard.
I've already heard I've already heard good things.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm going out
I've
with
been up
some
for like an hour.
I'm going out with some friends later, but one of the friends who's taking me, she wants to see Cloud Atlas, and I don't know what the fuck Cloud Atlas is about.
Well, I've heard mixed things about it. I've heard some people called it racist, and then other people really liked it, and then like I haven't really been paying attention to it because I know I'm not gonna go see it.
Yeah,
so.
I told her I'd much rather see Wreck-It Ralph because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck Cloud Atlas is about. I know it's about I know it's from a book,
Isn't it like a post-apocalyptic story.
Yeah, it's like post-apocalyptic or some shit. Tom Hanks is.
It looks like it has a really nice art direction, but like only if you're really into that kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
she really wants to see it for some reason, and I'm like, I'd much rather see Wreck-It Ralph, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it sounds. I've heard really good things about it, and I'm excited. But yeah, I'll probably stop by Target and get some candy.
Yeah, a friend of mine saw it actually yesterday. He took his godson to see it, and they both loved it.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Every nerd I know is excited for Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, tell me about it.
Is it a Pixar movie or is it a Disney and 3D animated?
I don't know.
That's a good
It's
question.
Disney.
I think it's. I know. I thought it was Pixar.
Because you know how like
Someone look it up.
Because you know how like Tangled was Disney 3D animation, but it wasn't Pixar.
Yeah.
Is it one of those or is it Pixar?
I think
it's
Pixar.
I think it might be the other one. I think it might be the way they did Tangled.
Someone look it up.
Here, I'm looking it up. Look it up.
Okay.
But I mean, either way, it looks absolutely awesome. I can't wait. We don't get it for a while.
Yeah, my brother, he actually kind of wants to see it, but he doesn't like going to the theater, so he's like, I can just wait. And like, well, okay.
I have a friend like that.
Yeah.
It's so lame. It's like movie theaters are like.
It says Disney's Wreck-It Ralph, so
it's not Pixar. It looks like Pixar. It's really weird.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's essentially, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just really, like, ever since the first commercial for it came out, I've been so psyched.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, this is happening.
Yeah, like, as soon as it started, I was just, like, crying, and, like, all of us were, like, just too excited. Because if you don't know this about me, I have a giant thing for villains, and, like, just the fact that there's another movie with the main character as villain is just really exciting.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the villain in Wreck-It Ralph?
Well, technically Wreck-It Ralph, yeah. I mean, he's the villain in his game, and he's trying to break out of that kind of stereotype.
Right.
It's such a fucking cool, like, deep idea.
Yeah, it looks like I saw a trailer, and I'm like, Zangief, Eggman, and I was like really excited.
Just, it seems like a love letter to every fucking game ever made.
Yeah, I want to know what the process was to get all the rights for that movie. It's like, you have to go through they probably had to go through so many hoops.
Of course they did, yeah.
I think Roger Rabbit paved the way.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit,
Yeah.
But
I love them. Gosh.
What else comes out this weekend?
I don't even know.
I saw Sinister last week, which is interesting because it was written by one of the guys from Spill.com.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Carlisle, have you guys ever listened to Spill.com?
No.
It's a review website. It's been around since like 2007, but they're animated. So it's this like group of like 4 guys, and they record a review and then they get animated over the top. Mm-hmm. So nobody really knows what they actually look like. But I mean, they're fucking brilliant. They're such funny guys. Like really worth looking out. Like we should put that in the link dump actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hotel Transylvania is still getting a lot of
I still need to see that. It looks cute.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted, but it looks pretty good, so I might go see it.
Yeah, everyone says it's good. Argo is still out.
My parents want to see that.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I like dramas like that, but it's like sometimes it can be really depressing, and we're just like, oh, I learned about that stuff. I don't want to, like, because it's already really depressing. It's like,
I know what you mean. Like, my parents are always trying to get me to see things like, you know, City of God and these really kind of, like, worthy foreign films, and it's like, I try to get them to sit and watch, like, Muppet Treasure Island with me. Like,
parents.
I know, right?
My mom watched The Muppets Take Manhattan with me. Or my mom did, yeah.
I missed it because I was bloody working.
Let's see what else is happening in the world. I'm looking through fucking BuzzFeed, seeing what's happening in the world.
I mean, I feel like it might be worth mentioning that apocalypse thing for the podcast, just because it's interesting.
Yeah.
I know I've already kind of like talked about it in
Yeah,
length.
tell about what's his face. And Rose wasn't here.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about the
Okay.
new Nostradamus.
So basically, it was a really weird kind of serendipitous thing of you guys were having this kind of horrible, seemingly kind of apocalyptic event going on. At the same time, a reality show was going out over here called Derren Brown's Apocalypse. Derren Brown being this incredibly sort of famous, well-known illusionist from the UK.
Yeah, him.
Yeah. I mean, he's an incredibly talented guy, but like more recently, the kind of bigger his stunts have been getting, the more kind of questionable the morals. So
Yeah, of
he
course.
staged this thing where he interviewed a load of people under the guise of it being for a new game show, and he discovered this guy, Steve, I've completely forgotten his name, this like 21-year-old lad who's kind of, he's lazy and, he's on the dole and, he lives with his parents, and like basically they just kind of portrayed him as a bit of a layabout. And then the kind of story behind it is they led him to believe through sort of phony news feeds, radio broadcasts and various things like that there was going to be a meteor shower. And of course what happened was he started to slowly believe it, became more plausible, and then Derren Brown put him to sleep and he woke up in this staged apocalypse.
Oh gosh, no.
And I know, it's insane, isn't it? Because the thing is like it really, really reminded me of the Truman Show, and I kind of thought, well, if this is faked, if this is just a stunt and he's just an actor, then it's kind of annoying because Derren Brown is sort of a much kind of more classy, talented guy than that, and he's been kind of playing at being really offended at the suggestion of that. But if it isn't staged, then the morals of that are really questionable. Like, who is he to decide that this guy, I mean, he's 21, this lad. Most 21-year-old guys, they go through a phase of being like sort of lost souls, and then they kind of find their way. And, he doesn't have the right to kind of redeem this guy in such an extreme way.
Yeah.
How much free time does he have to set up a fake apocalypse? Jesus.
I mean, he's getting paid sort of millions of pounds by Channel 4 to do it.
It almost seems like something I was gonna compare him to Chris Angel, but I looked up a picture. I looked up a picture of Derren Brown. I looked up a picture of Derren Brown, and he's not good looking at all. So it's like,
can we see?
No.
And he's got a really like self-conscious douchey beard.
Yeah. I that was the only thing keeping me back from comparing him to Chris Angel, because Chris Angel is beautiful.
But he doesn't do anything.
Actually,
he's so beautiful.
Okay.
But he doesn't do anything.
He's so gorgeous.
Children.
So getting back to the morals behind.
Okay, you know what this Fran, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, there's a Twilight Zone episode where this kind of thing kind of happens, where they trap a guy in, like, the plot twist at the end of it, because there's always some kind of twist at the end.
Spoilers.
Is that if you want, I don't even remember what it's called. So okay,
no, that's
one.
Cool. I mean, like, I've seen pretty much every episode of the Twilight Zone at some point.
It's one episode, and this guy thinks he's the last man on Earth, and he like goes around, he starts going really insane and like talking to mannequins, and just, it's really creepy and eerie. And then it turns out that these people have like. There's like this test facility kind of where they've trapped this guy in like this small room for like this tiny room, for like a long time, like weeks or something, and it's all of that is just in his mind, and he's living in this post-apocalyptic world in his brain, and he's just gone completely insane.
I mean, that's so interesting, Rose, because I mean, like, old science fiction, like particularly from sort of like, I mean, even earlier in the 60s actually, like, people always say, there's something very kind of like telling about it. It's predicting things that have then gone on to begin to happen. And I mean, I think probably when TV first became like a thing, and the Industrial Revolution and technology started to kind of happen, there probably was a real fear that like technology would take over. Yeah. And the media would take over. And I mean, it's sort of scarily true. Yeah. I mean, if we're allowing this to happen, and we're kind of all sort of assimilating it as a society and saying this is okay, where's it going to stop?
I really don't think that. I mean, I don't think that's okay at all. But that's also because I'm a paranoid fool who just.
No, not at all. I mean, I totally agree. I mean, if he really did do it, it's not okay. You know, it's not okay that because somebody is a celebrity, they're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it is just that thing of, well, you know, if we say it's okay because, you know, he's had the guy psychologically checked out and it's okay because he's a celebrity, then eventually, you know, we're going to start sort of drawing finer and finer lines until, you know, these people have all the power. And that's a really, I mean, I sound like a fucking crazy person now, but I think it's a very thought.
No, you sound like some movies I've seen.
Sound like Rod Serling.
Okay, what else? Assassin's Creed 3 came out this week.
I've heard that it's good.
Yeah.
I don't play video games, so I don't know.
Well, if no one said anything, I was just gonna be like, well, fuck you guys then, you know.
Well, like, yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, I love video games like to pieces, but I've just never really gotten to that series, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play the first one. My brother has all of the games.
They're okay.
My brother has all the games except Revelations, so... I think I started the first one once and it got too hard. So I'm like, I gotta start it again.
I mean, I guess it's okay. It's just I can't, like, I'd rather invest my time in other things, I guess. So if other people like it and it's a great game, then sure. But I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, honestly. So, yeah.
I've been playing Katamari. I've been playing Katamari forever.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm doing right now, and it's like. It's a rage quit game. I'm just like, it's going off.
You sounded like the Kool-Aid guy there for a second, Rose.
Huh?
When you went, oh yeah, you sounded like the Kool-Aid guy.
Oh yeah.
Just gonna burst through the walls.
And then another game I got this week.
Me anyways.
I got a game this week technically. I think they might still be doing this, but if you go on a website called stopzombiemouth.com. You can download a free full version of Plants vs. Zombies for PC or Mac.
Really?
And I love Plants vs. Zombies. I have a DS port of it, and it's pretty good. But I finally got a PC version of it because I got a free download of it, and that's been my time waster right now. It's one of the best time wasters of the past 5 years.
That's like me in Sims 3. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my sister was addicted to Sims at the time. She had like every version, and she
Dude,
tried to get me to play it, and
Sims. I can't for the life of me make it out.
Okay. Here's the thing with me is that I'm studying sequential art here at my school, okay, like, which is comic books. So I have like a ton of original characters. So I just make all of my original characters in that game and just like mess around with them because I like being some kind of psychotic god.
I am your god.
I think that's probably where the kind of popularity for The Sims arises.
I mean, I know it's not for everybody. I just really like it because I can do that.
I think back when Blockbuster was still around, back when like Movie Gallery and Movie Rentals were still around, then when they would do video games, I think I rented The Sims 3 not The Sims 3, I'm an idiot. The Sims Pets, I think it was for the GameCube or some shit.
Yeah.
And that was really
want to be an animal.
That was so long ago. Like, that was the last Sims game I played. Like, that was so long ago. It was Sims Pets, and it was when you could have, like, your own pet or whatever, but all the pets would do is, like the cat would, like, just sit outside, and the dog would just stay inside and just poop everywhere. And, like, that was it.
They don't do that on the game, do they? Jesus.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be an animal? I don't get it.
You're not the animal. You own the animal.
Oh, okay.
You're a human.
An animal in the virtual world is that they don't piss and shit everywhere.
Yeah. Like, the dog just, like, would pee everywhere, like the dog we had, and then my brother's character had a cat, and the cat would just stay outside the whole time, and would never come in the house.
It really, like,
I think it came in the house once, and it peed, and then it left. And I'm like, it's just like a real cat.
It really is.
I'm really not an animal person. Like, I never grew up with animals. Like, my parents didn't like the mess, so the kind of I don't know. I don't get them. They don't get me.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're kind of terrified of me.
Oh,
Yeah.
one thing I did read online, I'm going to go back, because we got on the subject of animals, I'm going to go back to the hurricane thing. If you go, I think, God, I forgot the website, but if anyone is listening who lives, this is Signal Boost that I'm trying to get out there, because I saw it on Tumblr. If you live in the Brooklyn area...
If you live in Brooklyn, I'm surprised you're still alive.
Yeah, but
New York is in so much
since
trouble.
we got on the subject, if you live in the Brooklyn area, you can go, you can email districtdog.com because they're saying that they need people to foster some kittens and puppies and animals due to the storm, because there are shelters that are killing off or putting to sleep animals. Because they have to make room. And if people can take like one or two like tiny little kitties, you know, it would.
I would totally do that.
Yeah, if you.
Yeah.
Even if.
I've actually done that before.
Even if you live in any place affected by the hurricane, you know, call your animal shelter and make sure like try to foster some animals, because that's what they do during natural disasters. Is, you know, they try to make room for new animals, so they have to put, you know, animals that aren't as adoptable to sleep to make room, you know, so that's, you know, if you live in an area affected by the hurricane, you know, do something like that, please, because, you know, it always breaks my heart to see like, oh, we got to put all these animals to sleep. We really don't want to, but, you know, we got to make room for other animals because we only have limited.
I definitely, like, I was kind of half joking before, like, obviously, like, I don't hate animals. They're lovely. I'm not good with them.
Yeah.
Well, of course, not everybody is.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that kind of thing happens in where Greer and I live a lot, like, because we have a ton of, or at least where I live, on the mainland, because we have a ton of cats that just like, there's no room for them in the Humane Society, and there's like nobody's adopting them because there's so many, and they just keep breeding because nobody's like getting them neutered. So we just have this huge cat problem in Brunswick, and it's just like a disaster.
Yeah, there are a lot of stray cats in my neighborhood too.
Okay. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, same.
I mean, luckily I have friends of mine who like their parents like love animals, so they'll take in strays and stuff. I mean, my best friend's family takes in strays a lot of the time and helps them, you know, get back to health and stuff like that, and it's, you know, it's great.
I've done that before. My sister and I, she fostered kittens for a while, and then was it at her place, and then she brought them to the house, and I helped her out, and they were like 4 kittens, and they were so cute. We actually helped them get adopted, and then we eventually did it with another set of like 3 kittens. So we helped out get like 6 or 7 cats homes.
Yeah.
One of which was our house, but that's another story.
But yeah,
but it is actually fun to foster. So
yeah, like that's the thing. Like people are like, well,
I recommend it.
People are like, well, I can't really help out because I think that's, you know, a lot of people kind of turns it off. They're like, well, you know, I can't really adopt anyone right now. And it's like, no, you know, you can just foster for like a couple days until, you know, there is room to put well, not like back in the shelter, but like back in, you know, just give it to someone, you know.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, I think at a time like this, I mean, obviously this is probably a bit out of order me saying this because I'm not there and I don't know what it's like, but it seems like everyone kind of needs to pitch in and do their bit.
No, I agree, yeah.
I mean, is there like, Georgia, is there like a big like community thing? I mean, do you sense like a community thing there right now?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Like a community movement, like is the community like...
I don't know. I think like, I'm not really sure. I mean, I think some people are doing stuff, but I don't know if there's like a big thing going on. There probably is, but I'm just not in the loop.
Yeah.
Because I've been dealing with being in the dark for like 4 days.
Yeah. I mean, I've been seeing like pictures of like, here we have power and you can charge your phone or whatever, and you know, it does seem kind of like, oh, you know, just phones or whatever, but it's like it really is how people stay in contact nowadays, because smartphones.
It is. I've had like, my phone. I used my phone so much during like this time. I didn't realize how much I needed it. It's like,
They're like anti-technology people, like, oh, well, they're just offering like fucking phone power that's like nothing, and I'm like, well, no, it is something, because people need to let people know that they're okay, you know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like my mom started using her cell phone. She never uses her cell phone ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how serious this was. She has like this old ass
like-
phone from the 90s, and now she was using it again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, it doesn't matter whether you have... I hate this anti-technology bollocks. Like, you can have, like, an old phone from the 90s, and, like, lots of older people do, but the point is, like, having a phone at all, you know, it's not just about being able to go on Facebook. Like,
Exactly,
it does
yeah.
make your life so much easier. And I don't know, and it's like people that hate the internet and think that, like, our generation is all getting dumber, and it's like, nothing could be further from the truth. You know, we have access to so much more. Like,
There's just as many dumb people, it's just that we're being exposed to them more.
yeah, exactly,
I
exactly.
sort of see what they mean, that, like, you know, that they don't like technology. I mean, because it is like a huge part of our lives, probably more so than, you know, it used to be. So I can sort of understand that, but at the same time, yeah, it's not horrible.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And I mean, I think the thing is things change. You know, I don't understand the kind of attitude of sort of anti-progress. You know, I mean, I think the internet hasn't done, you know, entirely sort of good things, but I mean, nothing has. I mean, you know, it's still, you know, you can't deny its value.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just some people don't like change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of people not liking change.
Okay, no.
Change! You got change!
I am sick of this demo reel backlash.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I want
Dude,
some
I
permission.
finally got a chance to watch
Can
that.
I have some
Yeah, I watched
permission
it
to
yesterday.
punch people in the fucking face right now? It's
Yes,
like,
because, dude,
Okay,
I watched it yesterday.
Let's look at the four of us then as like a sort of United Nations. So
Yeah.
we're all in favor of punching them all in the face.
Rose, what were you saying?
Yes, that's our next movement. Meeting adjourned.
I finally got to watch it yesterday because I've been super busy, and yesterday I was like, nope, I'm doing nothing but the computer. So I finally watched
That sounded
it,
like me
and
yesterday.
I was laughing so hard. It was one of the funniest things I've watched in forever, and I was just so happy. It felt like it was like, this is something that I could watch on TV. Like, you know, it's like some kind of awesome sitcom of some kind. Like, it's
really
it
unique,
was so
really
good.
great
Yeah.
characters, and like laugh out loud funny. I was
Exactly.
You know, I even always do that with the critic, you know, but I was laughing out loud the whole way through. I mean, the writing for Rob's character.
Oh my gosh, Rob's character. I'm such a fangirl for him now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I've always like thought Rob was a really brilliant performer. Like,
Well,
Chuck
yeah, of
Norris
course.
in Suburban Nights, like almost nobody
That's such
mentions
a
that
good
part.
Emperor
And it's like, he's
Palpatine.
fucking brilliant in that.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just sick of this backlash. It's like really uncalled for, I think.
It really is.
Demo
I
reel
think
was
the thing is,
mediocre,
like,
but I
it's
didn't hate it.
It's important, like, to have criticism, and it's important for there to be like an open forum in which people can say that they dislike something and specifically like what the problems are. But it's these like smug bastards going like, yeah, we all want the NC back, like that's what we want, you know, keep it simple. And it's like, what do you mean we? You know, don't fucking speak for everyone.
Exactly.
And why should, and it's this idea that him becoming more ambitious is a bad thing. I just think if that is their attitude, then how fucking sad is that?
I just think people need to take off their nostalgia critic goggles, because that's what they're comparing it to.
Exactly.
They don't need to compare it to that, really. It's just like, because it's a completely different thing.
That's
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
some people don't, like I said, people don't like change. Some people, if they like, you know, someone's work, they don't like it when they branch out. And that does happen.
Absolutely.
It's,
Am I the only one who thought demo reel was mediocre?
I thought it was okay, like,
I mean, I didn't love it like you guys, but I didn't hate it. I wouldn't, you know, spam the shit.
My thing about it was like the movie parody parts. I think, or the behind the scenes parts were supposed to be funnier than the movie parts. I think that's, you know, how it
that rap thing was so annoying.
It was cute.
That was so unfunny. I'm just like, really?
It was cute.
Hang on, what was that, Georgia? Which bit?
The villain rap. I'm just like, really?
I thought it was cute.
stupid.
I like the Ra's al
Was that in episode 2? I haven't seen episode 2 yet.
Or you mean part 2?
Yeah, part 2, yeah.
I think it
Oh,
was.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, I I know what you mean. Like, not all of it worked. I mean, my feeling was the movie parodies. I don't know. I mean, some bits of them were really funny. Like, I really, really liked Malcolm Ray as Alfred in Dark Knight.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and I liked him. I liked the scene where Doug was coming down in the different costumes. That really made me laugh. But I mean, actually, I
was on the floor at that point. Oh my god.
I actually liked the beginning parody. Just that's what I thought the other parodies were going to be. I thought they were going to be like combining all these movies together. I thought that would be so fucking cool.
Shout out to Chicago Division Ghostbusters. I love them.
Yeah, I thought that's what the other ones would be. But do you think they'll do that, or do you think it'll just be like one parody, like just one movie, and they'll parody that?
Well, I'm sure it might be a combination of both.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what Rose was saying, like, they'll probably do a bit of both. Like, I think she's right. I think they'll kind of play with the format.
The thing with picking on a show in its infancy, like, I want people to go back and watch like the first episode of The Simpsons and tell me it's funny.
Yeah. Incredibly good point.
You go and watch first episode of The Simpsons and you tell me how funny it is. Chances are it's not gonna be that fucking funny.
And the same thing as well. Like, if they, oh, sorry, what were you saying, Georgia?
No, I agree with Greer. Like, some shows, they take time to develop their funny. Like, Mystery Science Theater first episodes were not that funny, but it takes time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like, it's interesting talking about kind of bigger, more mainstream shows like that, because I was thinking to myself, like, you know, am I being unfair on these people? Because it's like, I've gone on IMDb and really, really slagged things off before, but I've done it. I think my justification for it is that, like, Doug, there is not much separation between him and the fans. You know, he's not a millionaire. He probably makes as much as any ordinary middle-class bloke. So, you know, it's not like he's rolling around in cash thinking, I don't care what, you know, these little people say. And he's trying as well. He does, you know, he does a hell of a lot of the writing and acting. And I just think for me that is the fundamental difference is, do you know what I mean? I'm probably not articulating myself.
No, you're making sense.
Yeah,
I agree.
But it's just like,
I think
people are just like blindly hating this, and it's just like, I'm just mad.
I agree, Greer.
Totally agree.
I think Greer
I really like, because to be honest, he doesn't deserve any of that.
No,
he has a fucking life. He's a grown fucking man. Oh my god.
I actually haven't read the comments. I didn't know they were this horrible.
They are horrible. People are being
real, like, on both Tugbatug and on his page.
People are being really nasty. Like, especially at first, people were being like really nasty. And
I read one,
like, not even criticism, just like being nasty. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
People.
There was one that I commented on that was something like, Doug, I have to say this as a fan, you know, I've loved your work as the nostalgia critic. I've loved you for years and years, you know, that show in its infancy, I was a huge fan of. So I have to say this with the best intentions, demo reel sucks. And it's just like, that is such smug, nasty bullshit. You're not offering him anything that he can work with there.
Exactly.
You're just acting, I don't know, you're acting like your opinion is the be all or end all. I mean, it's horrible.
Yeah.
You know, that people are like that, because I have some friends on Facebook, or rather they're just, I don't know, you can't really say friends on Facebook if you don't know them. Exactly. But that they like post their opinions on there as if like their opinion is so much, like, so important. And I'm just like, no. Like, your opinion matters, but it's not that important. Like, get over yourself.
Unfriend them right in the ass.
And agreed. I mean, I just think it's, I mean, I know this is probably kind of ironic coming from me, but I mean, these people, they need to realize that this is just a television program as well. I mean, there's no reason to be that hateful. I mean, surely they have jobs and lives and friends and families.
Well, really. If you really hate it that much, you don't have to watch.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Precisely.
There's thousands of other things to watch on the internet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
well, you know,
ultimately, I kind
like
of think,
this show.
Yeah. Like those girls with the podcast.
Yeah.
Plug in.
Appearing now on Flip.
Appearing now.
But I think as well, like, to be a kind of successful person creatively, like, you have to kind of please yourself first. I think if you try and say, like, okay, I'm going to appeal to this demographic's particular sense of humor or generation or whatever, like, you're gonna fail. I think what I like about this is that ultimately Doug is doing and Rob is doing what they're doing, what they believe in and what they're passionate about.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Yeah.
That's all that.
And then the right people will come.
I honestly think that that's...
Yeah, exactly. The right people will discover it.
Yeah, I honestly think that that's all that matters. If they're having fun with their studio and, and they like what they're doing, I think that's all that matters, really.
That's the best way to make a show, is if it doesn't... I mean, it matters if other people like it, but what matters most is if you like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I saw this interview...
This is something I'm proud of and I didn't sell out and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this interview once. I'm a huge Monty Python fan, so I was watching this, 30th anniversary special where they interviewed the remaining cast, and they were like, when we started out, we were just writing out jokes for ourselves. We didn't think it would be this big. So I think that's what's important, is if, you think it's funny.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I'm doing with my show.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
which I'm working on episode 2. Now that I have power, I can actually start working on it.
Yay! But, that's kind of what I'm doing with this. I mean, like, a week ago, I was, complaining about how,
Alright, bye. Love you, Mum.
Oh.
Bye. Sorry, guys.
Love
That was
you
my
too,
mum on the phone
Fran.
asking if I want any tinted moisturizer.
But a couple of weeks ago, I was getting a little slack because I was asking for people how to stay motivated while doing editing, because I'm a huge procrastinator. I have had procrastinating problems, putting things off since grade school.
You.
I would wait and do.
Tell me about it.
When I was younger, I would wait and do massive projects right on the last day, and my parents would get so mad at me.
Again, it's like looking in a mirror.
Yeah, but so I only have one day to edit this, and now that I look at it, it's not a huge deal. I just edit out some of the audio blips and stuff like that.
All of our many glitches.
All of the technical difficulties, yeah. And then
damn you, technology.
Yeah, and then I put in Movie Maker and maybe put in pictures and stuff like that, just give people something to look at. But and I was having problems staying motivated to just sit there for 3 hours straight and just do the same thing. And it's hard, but everyone's like, well, that should be your favorite part, because you kind of get to shape what you do and stuff like that and kind of make it your own. And I'm like, well, yeah, that is kind of true.
Yeah, it's an interesting point, isn't it? I mean, Doug, I think, is really kind of passionate about the editing, and I think Welshie as well has said that if it was a choice between performing on screen or editing and he had to pick, he'd edit. I mean, so I think there's probably a lot more creativity that goes into it than people perhaps realize.
Yeah.
Well, as somebody who has edited films before, that I've shot and directed and filmed some terrible things before. And I've had to edit, there was this camp that I was a part of 1 year, and we had to edit them too. And wow, editing is one of those things where it's there is a certain person who can do it. I mean, especially after taking that camp, I have so much more respect for everybody on That Guy with the Glasses and whoever else does film, all their own stuff, pretty much.
Yeah, editing is such a pain.
Yeah, I mean, I think my brother has a lot of fun with it because he's helped me with a lot of my projects, and sometimes he just totally takes over the editing and just goes nuts with it.
Yeah.
And so he really likes that part. But I just like the performance part.
Yeah.
Me too. Same here.
Speaking of editing, I've been following the Cinemassacre Twitter very closely, because James Rolfe says he's almost done editing the Angry Video Game Nerd trailer.
Oh, wow.
Or the Angry Video Game Nerd movie trailer.
Yes.
So, and he's been saying he started editing a month ago. And I'm like, it's taken this long? That's amazing. He's such a genius.
I know, it's gonna be.
Can I just flail over James Rolfe for a second? I really love him. Okay, if you watch his behind the scenes stuff, he has
fangirl.
Binders full of just all the footage he's recorded of games, and it's just freaking amazing. He has like all these hard drives, and it's like all these gigs of hard drives, and it's like freaking amazing. If you watch his behind the scenes stuff, it's like you have to.
It's funny, I've hardly watched any nerd stuff. I mean,
Me
I think
too,
because
Fran. I've seen a couple things, but I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
it's because I think it's because like neither of us are big gamers, are we, Georgia? So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel like, I mean, it's a shame with gaming because it seems like such a sort of, you know, when it's done right, like anything else, you know, they tell these great stories, you know, fantastic effects, great characters, and I feel like because I kind of can't do it, I feel like I'm really missing out.
Yeah,
Well, there's
you are.
one bit I think I could recommend. There's one I could recommend that you don't have to be a gamer to see. I saw it, believe it or not, I saw it on a Cracked list.
Oh,
It was
right.
they linked his video. It was the glitch video.
Mhm.
It was this video he did where he talked about glitches in some games and how fucked up they can
That
be. And
was-
some of them are
Oh,
so
some of them are
amazing.
pretty nice. Some of them are pretty creepy. But yeah, that one you could watch if you're not a gamer, just because it talks about how weird some of the glitches are and how scary some of them look.
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. I like weird stuff.
I think that's on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
if
Should I put it in the link though?
I mean, there are a lot of stuff. I mean, he makes sure, like, if you don't know a whole lot about video games, like, he kind of makes it so, like, you know, he'll teach you, you know? It's like, like, the
Okay.
history behind this certain thing or whatever. Like, even if you don't really understand it, it's like,
Well, I
No,
think
but
that's
I like that. I always find that interesting.
yeah.
I think that's the case with a lot of reviewers that we specifically watch too. Like, I mean, that's how, like, I've always, of course, been into comics, but I never got into, like, the superhero comics because they're really hard to get into. So that's why I watch a lot of Linkara's stuff, and he does a really good job at explaining the history behind stuff.
Yeah.
And just, like, that's what I like is when, I mean, that's, I think, what separates a good reviewer from a bad reviewer is if they take the time to be, maybe hold your hand a little bit and be like, look, I know that not all
Absolutely.
my viewers are like this.
I completely agree. Before the podcast, I was trying to catch up on the latest Rap Critic, and I was saying to Greer,
Oh,
I
love
don't
him.
really even listen to rap that much,
Yes.
and yet I love his show. He's
Gosh.
really funny.
Dude,
He's really
Absolutely,
good at
and
it.
Todd in the Shadows as well. I mean, like, I'm not into most sort of mainstream music, which tends to be what he reviews, and yet, I mean, he's really watchable because he's just an interesting, intelligent, articulate guy.
And Spoonie too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
I like him because he's cute, but ignoring that, like, you know, he talks about all
Apart
these
from
games
that.
that you probably never heard of, but you can follow it.
Exactly, yeah. I need to play the Ultima series because of him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, tell me about it. That was an amazing review.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Did you see the new one yet? He's
He's
made a new
Oh
video.
no, I need to catch up on him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, apparently it's someone made a video game of The Ring.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's a really funny video.
Is it scary?
No. But it's only the first part, so I don't know, maybe it'll
Yeah,
But so far no, it's really funny.
I've been
Okay, I'll check it out after
I've been
this.
totally abusing the watch later button on YouTube.
Yeah, same,
I always forget that exists.
same.
Like on YouTube, you
I
can just
never use
click
that.
a little plus in the thumbnail and it adds it to your watch later playlist, so you don't have to like keep it open in a tab or whatever.
It's so
I
useful.
used that
love
once. I used that once, and then I watched the video that was on there, and then it's still on that list.
You have to remove it.
Yeah, you have to go and
Wow.
remove it. But I've been abusing the hell out of it. So all the videos I need to watch are like backed up so much. It's like
Yeah.
I have Rooster Teeth.
To be honest, if you watched anything I've ever sent you, because I send you so much crap.
Yeah, I do. I put it on that and then I watch it. Like I kind of watch them like the shorter videos first so I can get them off the list, and then I kind of just go down the line or whatever.
I'm quite ashamed of the fact that I got you onto Jeremy Kyle. I wish I could undo
Oh
that.
god, no! Like he's pretty cool. I mean, is he like a tool or whatever? Like, is he?
He is a tool. I mean, I don't know. I just think getting like working class people that aren't particularly intelligent and like exploiting all their problems for entertainment, like shouting at them this like pop psychology that like a 5-year-old could come up with, like it's just it doesn't really solve people's problems.
I don't know. Like
And
from the ones I've watched, he seems pretty cool. I don't know, but maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'll get people yelling at me like, "How dare you?"
No, I don't. I mean,
You can't talk about that. I never get tired of doing that.
Oh, God.
Who invited Douchey McNitpick on here? Come on, guys.
It's incredibly funny. It's such an incredibly funny voice.
My friend, you know Kat, right?
Yeah.
Her
Kat
brother
Mack.
her brother once cosplayed as Douchey. It was
Oh my
pretty
gosh.
funny. Yeah, I think I have a picture of it somewhere. But it was pretty funny. Let me see if I can dig it up.
I sent in my money for MagFest, you guys.
Shit, really? So what? As in you've bought a ticket?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, Kat's getting all our stuff together.
Yeah.
So.
Oh fucking hell, Greer! I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I
Yay,
will be
good.
staying at
Not
another.
late.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with your group, Georgia, but I'm actually staying in another hotel, so it's like,
So you know where you're staying now, Greer?
Okay.
yeah, I'll be staying with another group of friends who they're like, oh, we'll be at the Days Inn and 10 minutes down the street, and they have free breakfast there and everything, and it's like, oh.
Greer, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, that's so
awesome.
good.
Yeah, but
So-
all that's left is if people who don't know, my job, I'm doing a seasonal job for a month and a half with the Salvation Army, doing bell ringing. That starts in a week. And it's minimum wage, but they give out bonuses and everything, and it's really cool. But one of my friends actually got on to me because last Christmas, there were a bunch of rumors going around that Salvation Army has had relations with anti-gay organizations in the past or something like that. I don't know if that's true. If somebody could look that up or fact check that, I have no idea if that's true or not. But I shared that around Facebook, and stupid me not looking up whether it's actually true or not. But my friend this year, when I told her I got a job at Salvation Army, she's like, well, last year you were like, don't donate to Salvation Army. And I'm like, well, number one, I'm not donating to them. I'm working for them. And number two, this is my local Salvation Army, and they're nice people. I know people there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's a difficult thing because, I think that in the Western world, in modern day England and America, it's not necessarily always realistic to be 100% moral all the time. For instance, I feel very guilty.
That's impossible.
Yeah, precisely. Sometimes I buy products from certain corporations, and I feel pretty terrible about it because I know that they're doing legitimately horrible things.
Yeah.
But I think you have to work. You have to earn money to get by. I mean, that's just life, and I don't think the kind of questionable things that the Salvos do. I don't agree with a lot of their kind of policies and a lot of their opinions, but I mean, they still do a lot of good. I mean, it's like the It Gets Better Foundation. I mean, Dan Savage, it seems to me, is a pretty sort of not homophobic, sorry, that's an insane thing to say about Dan Savage. He's a... I get the impression, based on things he said, that he doesn't really believe bisexuality exists.
Yeah, I've gotten that from him too.
What?
Even though he seems like a nice guy, but it's I've heard him say questionable things about bisexuality. I've heard him say questionable things about trans people.
Yeah.
Wait, who is this?
Dan Savage, he runs the It Gets Better Foundation, and he's done a lot of LGBT work, but
then at the same time, if everybody has opinions and everybody I don't know, it's the thing with Chick-fil-A that happened where the guy pretty much said
Chick-fil-A.
okay, the thing with that is though that the guy pretty much just said his opinion, and they're not really, and I have a lot of friends who work at Chick-fil-A's and they've never had issues with that, and some of the people that own Chick-fil-A's are totally not like that. It's just one guy who happens to be in a big position who has an opinion, and he's not really doing anything other than having an opinion. So
yeah,
I think that's pretty much where I stand on it, where it's everybody just has their things.
I think you're right. I mean, I think for me, the problem, I think that guy having his opinion, that is completely fine, and he has the right to express it.
Yeah.
I think it was, from what I understood, we don't have Chick-fil-A over here, so this is all second-hand information.
I'm so sorry.
you're not missing much. It's just chicken.
It's not easy, but I get by. Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of getting secondhand information, but from what I understand, like, there were kind of Christians sort of en masse kind of protesting about the fact that people weren't going there anymore or something like that. And I kind of thought, well, I mean, surely as Christians there are better uses of your time, like, you know, working in soup kitchens, or, I mean, if you are going to...
Yeah, there were, like,
you know,
I think I saw a picture where it was, like, all these people lined up at Chick-fil-A to, like people were saying supporting homophobia or whatever, and it was like, well, why don't you see Christians like that lined up at a food bank? Like, you know.
It goes against everything that we were pretty much taught as children, if you went to Sunday school and whatever. And it's just like, I don't know where I was going with this, but it's just like, it just annoys me so much that, like, that's what's noticed by people about my religion. And I mean, because people are just so stupid, and it's like all of the extremists are noticed, and I mean, which is in every case, and it's so annoying because then there's the rest of us who, like, give up, volunteer, and give up our time for things, and really try.
I'm sorry, Rose. I didn't mean to diss anything.
No, I was just I wasn't personally hurt. It's just really unfortunate that people, like, that's all they see, and they're like, oh, those crazy Christians. I was like, yeah, I'm related to some of those crazy Christians, and they are crazy, but I mean, it's just like.
I'm related to some crazy people too.
Oh, absolutely. I'm related to crazy religious people and crazy atheists. So
I mean, and I'm related to a lot of crazy Southern people. So it's like, you know, whatever.
I mean, I think, you know, I think faith can motivate people to do great things and very kind things, but it can also motivate people to do horrible things. And I think ultimately it's just about the people behind those acts. I don't think, whether they're Christians or not, I don't think that kind of informs what they do. I mean, if that makes any sense, I think ultimately it's about the people.
Yeah. I mean, it really is, and it's, okay, we probably shouldn't keep talking about religion because we're probably going to get a lot of people upset.
I mean, that would be a shame, though. I mean, I think these debates are really positive, actually. I mean...
Anyway, how's your sex life? I don't know, you wanted to change the subject.
I
let me think of a room-related quote I can respond with.
I introduced I'm trying to get my friend into That Guy with the Glasses. So I showed her because I was quoting the Room, and she had no idea what I was talking about. So I showed her the review, and she was dying. It was so great, and Have
you actually watched the film itself?
Yes.
Actually, Greer said she was, and she invited me over to watch it, and I really wanted to go over, and then it was like
God.
though,
and it was really bad. So
it's horrible.
It's awful. I've seen it at the cinema, and I have to say, like, with a big group of people, I know, right? They show it every month at the Prince Charles Theatre.
That's amazing. I'm buying a ticket and flying over. Come on, let's go.
Road trip. Well, no, not for me. I seeing that movie once was enough. Thank you.
It's really, It's much more fun seeing it with a big crowd of people. If you watch it on your own, it's really boring, like, apart from the obviously funny bits. But watching it with, like, a big group of people that are, like, throwing footballs around and wearing tuxedos, like, it's fucking awesome.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
I watched it with a group of friends of mine, and I remember, like, before we started, we had, like, drinks and stuff like that, and my friend Fred, who I love to death, was just like, you know, I don't want to have any more drinks, you know, let's just start the movie. Literally 5 minutes later, he looked at my friend Andrea, was just like, give me that fucking drink! And I'm just like, oh my, and I could, like, I don't blame him, it's like, I could, like, feel my brain die inside. It was just,
Absolutely. Well, what is it Linkara says? He says, this movie will suck out your mind and turn it into stupid or something. Stupid. I mean, I think that's pretty bang on.
Yeah, I know, he's right. It does replace your brain with stupid.
It's just, I mean, it would be bad. It would be awful without Tommy Wiseau.
Of course.
In the lead. But
it wouldn't be anything without him. It would just be, I don't know, like a soap opera, an episode from a soap opera.
Yeah, precisely. It would be like a really cheap, really badly acted soap opera. Like, even more cheap and badly acted than Most of
I
them.
like what's her name? Oh, Lisa. I like Lisa's mom. She
love her.
Oh, she's
I got
What
the
is
results back. I definitely have breast cancer. She's like, oh, Mom, you're fine.
And that bit where Lisa's like, he had a drink last night and he hit me. And she's just like, and Doug makes this great point that she's like, Johnny doesn't drink. And it's like, well, she also said that he hit her.
Yeah.
And that's the bit that she's choosing to
he does hit people, but he
address.
doesn't drink.
Yeah. What is it? Hang on. What is it that Doug says?
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what he said.
Yeah,
I think it's like, I know he like slaps you around like a football player's wife, but he doesn't drink.
No, I'm gonna go watch that review again.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've got it on my MP3 player. I downloaded it super illegally.
So what'd you guys do for Halloween?
Oh my gosh.
I went to see The
Nothing.
Shining at the cinema.
You went to see what?
The Shining?
Oh right, that must have been so cool.
Yeah,
was
that
awesome.
great.
I'm like jealous.
It's like 100 million times better than my night was.
What did you do?
Okay, my Halloween was a big sad sigh, so I don't want to talk about it. It was just really bad. So I kind of celebrated it on the
What?
What?
I'm sorry to hear that, Rose.
It was just like, it was really bad. Like everything that happened that day just like backfired in some way or another, and it was terrible. But I mean, yeah, it was one of those days. So then I just kind of celebrated the next day and like just kind of drew a bunch of Halloween stuff and wore like these jack-o'-lantern earrings and dressed in orange.
Oh,
Yeah, so.
I went.
It was
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
No, I'm done. It was okay.
At that time we still didn't have power, so I hung out at my sister's place for the night. She lives in Philly, and Philadelphia still has power. They didn't lose anything. So I hung out at her place for the night, and we just gorged on candy and watched True Blood all night.
Oh, that
Nice.
sounds awesome.
And we actually did some cosplays or whatever. She got Merlotte's waitress outfit online, so I know, and she looked adorable, and I dressed up sort of, and it was really fun. We just hung out and played with our cats and watched TV.
Well, I mean, of course I dressed up, but
Very
You
low
sound like
key.
You've got friends that like cosplay and stuff. Like all
Yes.
my friends, like they're really cool. Like they go and see bands, and like I'm just like there, like watching Hey Arnold at like 20 years old. Like
I know, we're nerds.
we are huge nerds.
Nerds and proud.
yeah, definitely.
Yay.
I did like
Oh.
nothing, like absolutely nothing. But like the thing with me is like I always have like 3-ish costumes like kind of always ready to go whenever I need one, and they're usually like kind of like half-assed costumes, but it'll like work. But it's like anytime I'm ready, I'm just like always ready for a costume.
Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Well, I mean, yeah, I live and breathe costumes, so I just always have a ton on standby. And I wore my Dipper Pines costume for the last time for a while on Halloween, and never, like, it didn't go over as big as, because I don't know, I was looking around for other Gravity Falls cosplayers, but nobody really cared. But it was fine. And then last night I cut my hair, so I can't do it until it grows back out again.
Dad, is that you?
Shout out to Fran's dad.
Unexpected cameo.
Dun dun dun.
No, sorry, he just got back from the football, so I wanted to find out how he did.
Oh.
I think we actually need to wrap up soon. So
Yep.
yeah. So
Yeah, we've been on for like how long?
Yeah.
I need to go get lunch, so.
where are you going for lunch?
Oh well, if I
I might go.
return
I
my
might go to
phone-
the movies today. I'm not sure. So.
Yeah, go see Wreck-It Ralph.
See what?
Wreck-It Ralph with me.
Well, I might go with my mom, and I don't think she wants to see that. So.
Oh.
I feel you. I feel your pain.
I might be going shopping for clothing today with some friends. Some friends of mine are in town, so
Excellent.
I'll probably be.
I have to go to sodding work.
Local question, Rose. When are you coming home?
I think the 17.
Oh, cool. All right.
Fran, when are you coming home?
When am I coming home?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I know, I've missed you two. I'm just having such a good time in England. The weather's so nice, and everyone's so happy all the time and so positive.
Yeah, like Carl Pilkington.
You have electricity.
Oh, yeah, we do have electricity. That's true.
But
So-
okay,
So
who has Tumblrs to promote?
I don't.
Same as always, you know me,
Yeah.
Greer. My webcomic, yeah, holla.
I want to promote my blog again that no one reads. I review animated films. So if you go to Fran B Man Blogspot, you will find my stuff.
I actually want to give a shout out to a friend, because I gotta promote.
Yeah, none of us are friends on here.
I gotta promote her DeviantArt because she's an awesome artist, and I really want her to get a lot of attention. She might be. I'm probably gonna go over to her house sometime this week and help her get a Tumblr set up. But I wanted to give her a shout because her and her boyfriend dressed up as Daniel and Alexander from Amnesia for Halloween. She's on DeviantArt, and I will totally link her. So just I will link her DeviantArt. But her and her boyfriend are like really cute, and they did sweet little Halloween cosplay from Amnesia. She loves Amnesia, so.
Excellent.
But it was so cool. So I think I posted that on my Tumblr, but yeah, I want her art to get a lot of attention because she draws a lot of video game art. So if you like video game art, she draws a lot of that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Tumblr and stuff. We have a Tumblr. I just totally redid my blog page so that I put in all the links for the Blit page and the Tumblr, and we'll probably be, I don't know if we'll have a Twitter soon. I'll probably shout out to Christy, who's our promoter. She
shout out.
We have
to
a
Christy
promoter?
Ford.
Yeah.
Christy, she's
Cool.
really cool. She makes banners and stuff, and she
Hi, Christy.
she always retweets and shares us. So we actually might get her during the Twitter account. We might have a just like, I don't know if we'll have a Twitter account or not, but look out for that.
Can I also promote my? I'm gonna be really like lame and self-promotion-y. Can I also promote my YouTube?
Yes.
I've just put up not just put up, I've got up a few sort of sketches and stuff, and I hope to do more of that in the future.
Your Welshie video is on there, right?
Oh no, my Welshie video isn't on there. I cameo in Welshie Who's. No, not Welshie Who, that's just his Twitter name. Just Welshie. I cameo in Welshie's Saw retrospective, part 5, Saw 4.
I know, but how he found you was a video you posted online of you doing an impression of.
Oh, yeah, I reviewed The Wicker Man in sort of tribute to his kind of style of reviewing. That's also on my YouTube page. So yeah, once again, it's Fran B Man. And I also want to give a shout out to the Tumblr Bad Outfit Beatdown, which is basically deconstructing Film Brain's outfits and...
Why?
That makes me so happy. Oh my gosh.
It's awesome, isn't it? Everyone needs to check out Bad Outfit Beatdown.
Interesting.
Super tweeted it, and Film Brain tweeted it after, and yeah, it's kind of awesome.
I also want to give a shout out to Lord Cat, who always retweets my stuff.
He does?
Yeah.
Awesome.
He retweets a lot of my
Cat.
stuff, and he's really sweet and big teddy bear. So, and I actually can't watch his stream. He does This Week in Games at 1, and I can never watch it because I always forget. So, but anyway, so yeah.
So angry.
So go check all of that out right now.
I'm giving a shout out to my dog just because everybody else gets a shout out and I did it. So
shout out
what
to
up, Jack?
George's dog.
What's your dog's name, Georgia?
His name is Jack.
Hi, Jack. How you doing?
But anyway, so we're gonna end it here. We have lives to go do. We actually have lives.
Yeah.
We do?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we do.
I don't believe you.
In a faraway land.
Inconceivable.
Nerd girls have lives. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh, great.
All right.
So, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.